are here today to talk about fall patterns, knitting patterns for fall 2025.
Yeah, we posted something recently on our Instagram, and this seems to be a thing that people are interested in seeing, and we are big favoriters on Ravelry, so we thought we would share some of the patterns that we've been admiring.
Yes. I am wearing this top that I made last summer. It has a swallow bird motif on it that I made on Stitch Fiddle. But I love it. I don't wear it that often because it's kind of like a, I don't know. There's like, I have to be like, okay, I'm wearing an open back turtleneck tank top today with a bird on it. But I love it, and it was self-drafted and mostly for the purpose of, I had this linen yarn. It's not showing up that it's nice on camera, but I got like the hang of it and it really reminded me of a feather, like when it was in its hank form, and so I was like, I want to make something that reflects that to me. So I put a bird on it on the shirt, and I like it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I am wearing just a bandana that I knit with BC Garn's Loch Lomond, and this is the stockinette bandana by Anna Bartlett, who has a really fun YouTube channel called Brook Willow, and she does all sorts of craftsy, very aesthetic videos. And yeah, she made a free YouTube tutorial for this bandana, and I just had one skein of this really beautiful lace from BC Garn, so I wanted to just use it for something that I would wear. Okay, so we haven't knit any of these patterns and haven't purchased them either, so when it comes to like techniques, sizing, and
like
the writing of the pattern, yeah, we can't 100% endorse every single one. So it's mostly like aesthetic vibes based assessment, but yeah, that's our disclaimer.
Yes. Okay. I am gonna start. I have two patterns by the same designer, Teti Lusak. I love pretty much anything that she makes. They are all so beautiful and very like floral, botanical patterns and color work. So the first one that I have on my list is the Florarium sweater by Teti Lusak. It costs €6.50, which is about 11 Canadian dollars. And she has it she provides 9 sizes, numbered 1 through 9. And you use, she recommends a 4.5 millimeter needle. It is a circular yoke construction. You do color work on the yoke and on the cuffs of the sleeves and the bottom. It's a crew neck, and you do some A-line shaping for the body. And I just love it. I love the colors that she uses in the example. I feel like they're very fall, and yeah, it's just really beautiful. I would love to knit this someday.
The sleeves are so pretty.
Seriously. Yeah. That's my first one.
Okay. My first one is also a sweater, and this is a sweater that I don't think I would personally wear, but I love the way that it looks. I'm just not a big V-neck girl, but this is the Wider by In-Young Kim, who's based in Seoul, South Korea, and it's $7 US and $10 Canadian. It's a DK weight sweater knit on 4 and 5 millimeter needles with 2 strands, and it also has 9 sizes, and it's bottom up knit in panels and then seamed together at the shoulders. And it's just an oversized, super chunky cable sweater that, especially this color choice that's in the Ravelry page, is just really fall to me. And it's unisex, whatever that means. Like, I think every single sweater is unisex, but
Yeah. I was also very swindled by like the color choices of the designer.
Yeah.
Like if it was fall colors, then it was a fall pattern to me.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you could make any pattern a fall pattern with your color choice, but I don't know. This is just like kind of flowy and could let some fall air in. So yeah.
I will next talk about the second Teti Lusak pattern that I have saved, which is one of the patterns that I remember seeing on Ravelry like very early on in my knitting days and just like absolutely falling in love with it. And I haven't knit it yet. I think it was like above my skill level, above my pay grade for a while. But someday I'll make this. It's the Spicy Stem Pullover. The colors she uses are so gorgeous. It is €6, about 10 Canadian dollars, also in sizes 1 through 9, like the Florarium sweater, and it's an Aran weight. She uses like multiple strands of yarn held together, like some unspun yarn and a mohair, and then for like the details on the cuffs and the neck and everything, it's just like an extra strand of the unspun and no mohair. But anyways, I think that looks really beautiful, and she knits it on 4mm needles, and it's also a round yoke, knit top down, seamless crew neck. Yeah, I'm very entranced by this sweater.
Beautiful. Next I'll talk about a petite knit pattern, which is the Fortune sweater, and I kind of tried to steer away from petite knit when we were doing our research, but I just really think this sweater is beautiful and very fall, and it is 50 Danish krone and 11.30 Canadian, knit on 4mm and 3mm needles in a DK weight, and she does have extra small through 3XL sizing, which is great. It's seamless top down raglan, and it has 3/4 sleeves, which a lot of the sweaters I chose have or maybe a few of them have 3/4 sleeves, which I think is very nice for transitional seasons. And it has an all over Clover eyelet, which I just think is very beautiful. And the sample is knit in 2 strands of mohair, which also to me is very like transitional season fabric, I don't know. And I just think it creates like a beautiful, almost translucent kind of vibe with sweaters, so yeah.
Awesome. The next one I'm going to talk about is a skirt. It's called the Everest skirt by Le Purl. I think it is so cute, and yeah, I love pleats, and pleats in knitting I think are really fun. It is a pattern, costs also €6.50, which is about 11 Canadian. And she also has it in 9 sizes. They're listed extra small to 5XL, which is really awesome. And it's a DK weight skirt knit on 3.5mm needles. It's knit bottom up in the round, and then you knit the pleats, and then you do kind of this like fitted bit at the top before the waistband, so it looks kind of like drop waist also, which I think is very cute and on trend right now. And yeah, I think it's great. You could also like make it a mini skirt, a full length skirt, go crazy with it, but yeah, I really like this skirt. I think it's very cute for fall.
Does it have an elastic?
Oh, good question. Yeah, there's a folded waistband, so I'm sure like if she doesn't specify in the pattern, yeah, right? If she doesn't specify to add an elastic, you could just add one in there.
I'm realizing that a lot of mine are mohair based, which yeah, that's just my vibe for fall. The next thing I'll talk about is the Josefina top by Claudia Quintanilla. You do.
Not for this, but yeah.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
And she's from Unit Toronto, which I think she released a book that has this pattern in it, but it's also on Ravelry. It's $9 US and $12.96 Canadian, and you can knit it in a DK weight. The sample is a fingering and lace weight, but I think you could also do a single strand of DK, such as in many cases when you have combining yarns. It's 3.5 millimeter needles, and there's a extra small to 4XL sizing range, and it's a top down with this really beautiful lace neckline, and I just feel like this is very transitional as well. Buzzword. And yeah, I don't know, I think the color that they chose is really nice, but I think there's also a world of possibilities you could go for with this top. And I don't know, it just seems fun. It has cute little sleeves.
Yeah, I really like the sleeves. Next I'm going to talk about, the next two things I will talk about are also kind of connected in my mind, because of, they both have like ruffles and are shown in yellow. The first one is this pair of fingerless gloves. The pattern is called Unbreakable Vow, which I'm just realizing right now is a Harry Potter reference. And yeah, I just think they're so cute and like just would add some fun to a little fall outfit. It's knit in mohair on 3.75 millimeter needles. It costs £5 or 10, which is about 10 Canadian. She gives 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. And yeah, it's knit like a sideways garter stitch construction, and then like a buttonhole, thumbhole, and then the ruffle is added. And yeah, I love them. I think they're so fun.
Beauteous. The next thing I will talk about is the Astrid sweater by Junko Okamoto. And this is just a crazy sweater. Like, it's just really, there's a lot going on, but I really love it. It's €7 and 11.76 CAD. It's knit with light fingering weight yarn and 3 sizes of needles between 2.75 and 3.25. And it's one size, which isn't ideal, but it is quite oversized, but still, like,
yeah,
don't love that. But it requires 1,910 meters of yarn for the one size. And it's top down with color work all over the body, but then the sleeves are like these chunky 3/4 length cable sleeves, which is crazy and fun. And I just think the color combination on the body and the sample is so pretty, and colors that I wouldn't necessarily put together, like turquoise and gray, for example. But I don't know, it
would be
feels really
festive.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Super engaging.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, there's some interesting motifs on the body too that I feel like I haven't seen very often, but yeah, it would be so fun to knit, and also a very like statement piece if you're looking for that.
Totally. Okay, the next accessory that we'll be talking about is the Self-Ruffle Shawl by Chiaki Hayashi.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah, right? I think it looks kind of like kelp or like seaweed, especially in the color that it is knit in, which I love. It is $6 or about $8.50 Canadian. And she uses a 6 millimeter needle, but says like you can use it with any needle or any yarn, just to have like a kind of loose gauge when you're knitting it. And the size is also kind of like one size, but you can decide based on how much yarn you have because it's knit like point to point. And the ruffles are knit with wrap and turn, which I've never Have you done that with ruffles?
Oh, not with ruffles.
Oh, but like with
Short rows. Yeah.
But yeah, which I feel like is a smart way to make ruffles. Yeah,
That's
really
so
awesome.
interesting.
Yeah, but I just think it's really cute and would look really nice. Like the pictures that she has, it's like dark outfit and then like bright yellow ruffly scarf, which I think is really cute. So yes, that's
With the gloves, she would be crazy.
yeah, literally. Seaweed theme outfit. Seaweed fall.
Okay, the final like mohair based sweater that I will talk about is the Waffle Cardigan by Pernille Larsen of Knitting for Olive, and it's 50 Danish krona and $11.30 Canadian. This is lace weight, but it's 3 strands of mohair, so I don't think that would really be lace weight. That would be like a DK, yeah, I would think. But so you have 3 strands of mohair and a 4 and 5.5 millimeter needle, and there's an all over eyelet rib, which is really fun. So you have ribbing, and one row of the ribbing is like eyelets, and the other one is just like normal. And this is a seamless sweater that's knit top down, and you have short row shaping for the shoulders. And I just love the sample colors that they chose, and I think you could have a lot of fun with the buttons as well. And it's just very delicate, dainty, elegant. Yeah.
This next pattern is kind of the opposite of like delicate, dainty, but my brutalist jacket. This is a Simply Me jacket by NORgardknitters. I just discovered NORgardknitters patterns recently, and I really love their creations. I think they're really beautiful. But this pattern costs 60 Danish krona, which is about $13.50 Canadian. They give 6 sizes from extra small to 2XL, and it is knit using Aran weight yarn. It's a DK and sport weight held together, but as we've mentioned, you could totally just use Aran weight. And they use both 5.5 and 6 millimeter needles. It's knit top down with raglan increases for the sleeves. There's a box pleat at the back, which before seeing this pattern I thought you could only do pleats bottom up, but they figured out a way to do them top down, which is very curious to me. And there's short rows on the neckline and the chest, and then you knit the collar afterwards. But I just really like it's very structured and like chunky, and just like I feel like it would feel really satisfying. I feel like it would be heavy and like feel really nice on. And yeah, I like it. It's in garter stitch as well, which I think adds some cool texture. Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, that would really be a jacket.
Yeah, for real.
The next thing I will talk about is the Laulu Shawl, or Lolu Shawl, by Sari Nordland. And this is the only like shawl / neck accessory that I'm going to talk about in this video, because I don't really wear them that much in fall, mostly like in winter I feel like, but I just think it's very gorgeous, and if you have a like colder fall, it could be beautiful. And it takes only like if you have scrap skeins of mohair and some type of fingering wool, it's like the perfect little stash busting project. So it's $6.90 and $11.60 Canadian, and you can combine lace and fingering or just work in a DK weight on 4 millimeters, and it's just one size. And yeah, it has these gorgeous cables. And in the description, Sari Nordland says that the word laulu is the Finnish translation for song, because she thinks that the cables kind of look like undulating notes, and I thought that was really beautiful. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a poncho, which is something I really want to knit sometime soon. This is the Langø. Do you know how to pronounce the O with the Poncho by Couture. It costs 44 Danish krone, so about 10 Canadian. And they have 4 sizes, which isn't that wide of a size range, but given that it's a poncho and it's kind of just like a big piece of fabric, that's okay, I'll let it slide. It's like extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, slash 2XL, if that makes sense. Like there's 2 kind of composite sizes. And it's knit with air and weight yarn. I really like the tweed yarn that they used for the example. I love tweed yarn in general. And they use 5mm needles, and it's knit from the top down with increases on the shoulders and the front and back, and then you stop doing the shoulder increases and keep increasing for the front and back, which I think is how you create like the point. And then there's a bit of ribbing on the bottom edge, and then you pick up and knit a ribbed neck, like turtleneck. Yeah, I think this would be really nice and cozy to wear around, especially if you're going to be like sitting outside somewhere and chilling. Like it would be kind of like a little blanket around you, but it's a poncho. Yeah, love this pattern.
Yeah, the dark color also is really nice.
It's very like chic, chic poncho.
Chic. Next, I will talk about the only pair of socks that I'm going to talk about as well, which are the Drows. The Drows socks by Kaori Katsurada. And these are just like a fun fall baggy, not baggy, but like slouchy sock. And the reason why they're slouchy is because they're a brioche sock, which I have never seen before, and really like the look of it, and feel like it would be also a fun way to like mix up your sock knitting. Because brioche can be really fun, but I feel like for a huge project it gets old, but with the sock it could be nice and speedy. This is knit on 2.5mm needles. It comes in 3 sizes, and it's $4.50 euros and 7.60 Canadian. And I just think this is like very, reminds me of like the type of socks I would buy from Forever 21 when I was like 13 and wanted like fall vibes with my pumpkin spice latte.
Totally.
Slouchy sock. It's just very fall. So, and I really like how they did like 2 different colors for the sample. Like the socks are each in a different shade, which I don't know, it's just fun. I don't know if I would do it personally, but I like the way it looks in the pictures.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Yeah. And some of the examples also have like a tabby sock thing going on, which is fun, especially if you want to wear flip-flops in the fall.
Oh yeah. My next pattern I'm going to talk about is the Essential Knit Tee by Purl Soho. I think like almost all of Purl Soho's patterns are just so like, they just look really clean and like very, I don't know, very, very profesh. But yeah, t-shirts are something I would really love to knit sometime soon, and I will probably use this pattern. It is $9.80 US, which is about 14 Canadian. They have 9 sizes, which is great. It uses fingering weight yarn and 3.25mm needles, and it's all in stockinette. It's knit bottom up with like folded hems, which I think look really nice. And then you pick up, it's like split front and back. You knit it's seamed only at the shoulders, then you pick up for the sleeves, and you do some short rows for the sleeve caps, which just gives it a really nice fit. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this and want to knit it sometime very soon. And I think Like I would love to knit it in cotton, but also I feel like a wool t-shirt in fall would be really nice and cozy. So
Totally.
yeah.
Next up, we have Gloam by Caitlin Hunter. I don't know what that word means, but I like it. Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
Gloam generally refers to twilight or dusk in the time of day when the sun is setting and the sky is getting darker. Beautiful.
Thank you, Google AI, for the review.
So, Gloam by Caitlin Hunter is this open, oversized cardigan, which is $9 US and $12.96 Canadian. It's a DK weight sweater with, this top-down, oversized look, and it's seamed at the shoulders, and the sleeves are then picked up and done in the round, and there are 8 sizes available, and she uses spin cycle metamorphic yarns, which are just incredible, but any DK weight yarn, or you could even, combine to reach a DK weight, but it just has these like horizontal, I think they might be faux cables going across the back, which is kind of unique, and again a 3/4 length sleeve and like a split in the hem to make it like really airy and something you could just kind of throw over and go frolic in. So yeah, love her vibe in the photos.
Okay. I am also going to talk about a cardigan, which is the My Dream cardigan from Wool and Beyond, which is 85 Swedish krona, or about 13 Canadian. She gives 8 sizes, extra small through 4XL, and it is knit using a fingering and mohair yarn held together. And she uses a 5.5mm and 6mm needle in this pattern. It's knit top down in the round with raglan, with a contiguous saddle shoulder.
Okay.
And then it is steeped, which is something I have never done, and kind of scares me, but I would love to knit this pattern because it's so beautiful and perfect. So I might have to face my fears on that one day. But yeah, it's just gorgeous. It's like a perfect, simple, basic cardigan that I think I like the rolled edges on the hems and the folded hem at the top, and Wool and Beyond has like really well written patterns, so definitely recommend her, even though I haven't knit this one in particular.
Yeah. The next pattern I have is the Clematis Sweater Chunky, which we found recently on Ravelry, just scrolling, and it's by Emma Meyer, and this is the chunky version of a fingering weight sweater that has been on my radar for a very long time, because it's kind of like a dupe of, what's that? Jean, it's like
Jacquemus or something.
Exactement.
Yeah, okay.
Jacquemus.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't.
Anyway, the fingering weight version has been on my radar for a while, and I was like thinking that this might go out of trend at some point and I might not want to make it, but now that I'm seeing the chunky one, I do think that this could be a timeless design, the diagonal button band, and something that you don't wear every day but you bring out for nice special occasions. So this is an Aran weight and lace weight held together, and it's 750 euros and 1260 CAD. It's knit on 4.5 and 5.5mm needles, and there are 8 sizes. It's seamless, top down, and there's short row shoulder shaping. Yeah.
I have another skirt that I would like to talk about, which is the Augustin number 23 by Anne-Sophie Velling. I haven't knit anything by her, but I have favorited a lot of her patterns. I don't know how to describe. She just like, they're very kind of like flowy, or just like there's lots of kind of like, I feel like ruffles and pleats going on, and like very like feminine designs, I feel like, in like a very beautiful way. But yeah, this is like a long skirt, kind of between midi and maxi length, I would say. It costs 50 Danish krone, which is about 11.50 Canadian. She has 8 sizes that are listed A through H. And it looks like it's 2 yarns held together, a mohair and a fingering weight yarn. But she knits this on a pretty open gauge. It's a 6mm and 8mm needles, which I think is really great for like such a long skirt. Would help it go quicker. Okay, it's knit top down in the round. There's a folded waistband where you add an elastic at the end, and then there is a folded hem at the bottom as well. And it's just like beautiful and classic, and yeah, I think it would also feel like a cozy blanket wrapped around your legs if you're sitting outside, much like the poncho. Poncho and knit skirt together. Wow. Yes.
Beauteous. Okay, and now the Anna top, which is a Kiss Kiss Rhinestones pattern, and also a recent release, I believe, but it is a tank top with a optional turtleneck, and it's knit in a sport weight yarn. It has 9 sizes, and it's €7 or 11.76 Canadian, with 3.75mm needles. So it's a little bit of a tight gauge, and it's mostly stockinette, and there are optional darts that you can put in at the breast to have shaping, or if you want to do no shaping, then that makes the tank top reversible as well. So there are some really gorgeous pictures of the tank top reversed where you have these like openings in the front, which could be fun for like a night out or something. And you also should know that there is sewing involved and hook and eye closures if you want to do the openings on the back, but I'm sure you could also just not do that and have it be fully stockinette on both sides, if that's more your vibe. And yeah, I don't know, I just think it is a really nicely fitting tank top, and I really like the vibe of like a tank top with a turtleneck, even though I don't know if I would actually wear it, but I love how it looks.
Yeah, actually, wait, this is a sleeveless top with a turtleneck.
Oh my god, so
I just
true.
realized right
and
now.
how do you feel about that?
I like it. The only thing is there is an open back because I ran out of yarn. So I would say tank top turtleneck, probably more functional with a full back for it to be more warm.
Definitely some temperature whiplash going on with this top.
Yeah. Okay, I have 2 more that I'm going to talk through quickly. One of them is a item for the home. It is these quilt block dishcloths by Laura Aylor. I think they're very cute and fall, and the pattern is $6 or 8.50 Canadian. You use sport weight yarn and 3.5mm needles, and you use mosaic knitting to knit up the pattern, which is really cool. I've never tried mosaic knitting. I know Lucy just did them on her pressed flower socks.
It's fun.
Yeah, so this could be like a great way to try it out in a low stakes environment. And yeah, I think they're very cute. And then I have one more sweater to talk about, which is the off-shoulder sweater by Spektakelstrikk. It costs 60 Danish krone, which is about 13.50 Canadian. And they give 6 sizes, extra small to extra, extra large. It is a fingering weight and mohair held together. 3mm and 2.5mm needles. And it is knit top down. There is like a folded over ribbon band at the top, which I think looks very nice. And yeah, I feel like this would be a great sweater for like a fancier event or something, or like a, I don't know, if you just kind of want to like dress up a little bit. I think it's very pretty.
Yeah, beautiful.
So yes, those are
our fall patterns.
all the fall patterns that we have found.
Yeah. If anybody casts on one of these patterns after watching this, please let us know and update us on your progress. We will be jealous. And
yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
see you next time.
See you next time.
Peace out.